With humble beginnings as a preacher's son to building a multi-million-dollar enterprise, Dave Copham's story is one of generosity and perseverance. From a young age, Dave worked hard to make ends meet. His upbringing helped shape his values as a business leader, philanthropist, and family man. While working with a money order organization in Minnesota, Dave discovered a growing need for item processing and clearing of personal checks for credit unions and their members. With a history in the printing industry, Dave had the expertise to fulfill those orders and saw potential for a new enterprise. Dave seized the opportunity and began his journey as founder of Liberty Check Printers.
Business grew incrementally, and we started with just little credit unions, and the other check printers wouldn't hardly pay any attention to them, and maybe they'd only have like 50 orders or 20 orders or whatever, and we were happy for that. We were happy to take whatever we could get. Getting smaller customers and just building that foundation, learning how to do the business appropriately while we didn't have that risk of a large customer, eventually, grew really big.
The way they revolutionized the check printing world, they were in a business with monsters, right? Gorillas, Deluxe and Harlan and Clark, and those are large companies. And Dave's got this small little check printing company in Mounds View, Minnesota, and he ends up beating them. Beats him to the punch in the credit union world, and you can't beat that. That's what it's all about as a young entrepreneur, to take on the big guys. I learned from him, so I get to do it against the big four accounting firms, the same thing. And I wouldn't have had that drive or that interest in doing that without watching Dave do it in the check printing world.
Through perseverance and sacrifice, Liberty became the #1 supplier of personal checks to credit unions in the United States and employed more than 1,000 people.
He would encourage inner city people to come out and work for Liberty as well. He would provide special transportation for them. He'd check into daycare. He would try to remove the obstacles because he wanted to have a business that people from all around the Twin Cities could go to and work and be happy and successful. He felt that a strong community would generate healthy and productive employees, a labor force, and that those employees would then give back to the community to build sort of that self-perpetuating circle of success. And he wanted to be a part of that and make sure that he was building strong communities where he was.
But it was more than just creating jobs for Dave. He believed in sharing the company's success with his employees.
When I started at Liberty, I always had the idea that management, owners, employees, we should all be on the same side. If the employee can't have a vested interest in the results of their company, by actually ownership, how can they really feel part of it? And but we organized as an S corporation, and after we became acceptable enough or profitable enough where it made sense to talk about sharing the company with their employees, I realized that S corporations were not allowed to have employee ownership, ESOPs. And but undeterred, I went off to Washington and started lobbying for employee ownership for ESOPs, against all odds. But I just wouldn't quit. January 1st, 1998, and Liberty became the first S corporation in the United States to have an ESOP. Consequently, literally hundreds and thousands of companies have converted from C corporation ESOPs to S corporations for that. So when Liberty sold, we had some regular people who were millionaires, and the employees owned over about 20% of the company, and I feel really proud of that.
Students today can learn from Dave's approach to business.
Failure motivates me, and accomplishment inspires me, that's for sure. I really encourage everybody to set your measurements in small and count the pennies and do everything. It's not looking at all the big stuff, the little stuff. You take care of all that, just collectively adds up. And when the failures come along, it's like, okay, how do we learn from this and get past this and be better for it and make sure that doesn't happen again.
Beyond the world of business, Dave is known for his generosity, fun spirit, and devotion to his wife Cheryl and their children and grandchildren.
If you know Dave, you know Cheryl. And he will tell you she is his better half. Their love started long, long ago. They've been in each other's lives for so long. They have a beautiful family. And their passion is evident in just how they care for people, Fortunately for us in Southwest Florida, they chose to live here and to work their magic here too.
Dave is also a leader within the community, giving his time and financial support to help many local nonprofits grow and succeed. His support was integral in putting one of Lee County's largest fundraisers on the map.
The first thing I can say about Dave's involvement in the Wine Festival is he was first in. He introduced us to a new way of doing the Wine Festival, somewhat similar to what they were doing in Naples, but different. And he said, you know what you need to do is you need to get enough trustees. Get these trustees together to cover all the expenses. So $10,000, get at least 10 of those. I'm in. I'll be the first one in. So he stood up right off the bat. And then throughout all the years that we continued to grow, the man brought all of his contacts, the vintners that he knew. He hosted dinners. He put up wine lots. He was always a top bidder. He asked friends for gifts and auction items to really raise the bar on this event.
Dave, congratulations on your induction into the Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame. You deserve this recognition. I am so proud of all that you have done, and I have been honored to work alongside you. Congratulations again.
Hey, Dave, congratulations on being inducted into the Business Hall of Fame. It's well deserved. I thank you so much for all the experiences you gave me throughout my life and my career. I can't thank you enough. I love you, buddy.
Congratulations, Dave, on being inducted into the Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame. There's no one more deserving. Thanks for coming to Southwest Florida.
Junior Achievement of Southwest Florida is proud to name Dave Copham to the Business Hall of Fame, Lee County.